Okay. So I am back. Not for long. Uh, um, Thank you for those of you who tuned in last week to for while I was in Virginia. That was amazing, and it was a lot. It was, 9 to 6 every day with 3 hours of homework every night. And we are still not done. So there's going to be there's some post coursework and some practical work that I need to do before I will complete the certification. But I'm so grateful for the support. So many of you have messaged me, pick me to be hypnosis test subjects, and I appreciate that so much. I believe I have the 3 people. I actually have 5 right now that I need, but we will keep. Hi. We'll keep the doors open because until I get the 4 sessions done that I need to get done for this hypnotherapy certification, I always want to make sure we have extra people. So there may be more opportunities for hypnosis sessions going forward. So that is very exciting. And hopefully by Thanksgiving, it's going to take a little while for all this to be adjudicated. So hopefully by Thanksgiving, we'll have the certification and we'll be able to start offering hypnotherapy services through my business. So I'm really excited about that. I've had so much fun playing with this. So I was up in Virginia Beach at the Association of Research Enlightenment. This is Edgar Casey's place, and it was just absolutely so much fun to be there. And I could not stop playing with this gorgeous selenite ball. So of course I had to come home with me. So I've been playing with that. This is just I highly recommend. I do have lots of selenite around me. I do have my stone, heart-shaped stone that was given to me by some very dear friends. But this has just been a wonderful addition. So anyway, all right, flickering lights say move along. So we'll move along. I have been seeing, I don't know about you all, but it's the season of butterflies. So I've been seeing a lot of butterflies around, and so I wanted to just read this real quick about the animal spirits of butterflies, because the butterflies are all about change, and we can feel that there's definitely change in the wind. There's definitely change in the wind. So we have been, we have seen the new moon that was this past Sunday, and then we are coming towards the equinox as well as coming up later this month. And this was the beginning of the astral cycle. So not only were we, coming to a new moon, but this was this is the beginning of the year. So in Judaism, this is the Jewish New Year. So Shana Tova, to anybody that is participating in the Jewish holy days. That would be me, which is why I won't be with you next Monday, because it's going to be Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, so I won't be able to be with you next Monday. So happy to be here today, because after all of the happenings of August, I feel like I have been just missing in action. And I'm just, again, incredibly grateful for the love and support that our community has provided while my family was dealing with some drama and trauma. So looking forward to being back with you. I'm very excited to be back today, and then looking forward to being back after next Monday. We should be, I have one more trip planned. I'm going up to Ormond Beach to study with Tony Stockwell for a week. I'm very excited, very grateful for that opportunity, but I've never worked with Tony before. And if you follow mediumship in any way, he's kind of a rock star. So I'm really excited to have the opportunity to spend 5 days studying with him. So that will be the end of my trips for a while, I hope. It just sort of worked out that the hypnotherapy and 2 mediumship trips stacked up on top of each other. After all the drama of the health issues in August. So, and the Jewish holidays. So it's been a little busy. But like I said, I've been incredibly grateful for the love and support from our community. And so I did really want to read this about the butterflies, because I don't know about you all, but I've been seeing butterflies everywhere. And it's the fall, it's kind of the season for that. They're getting, maybe ready to go into their cocoons. And we know that this has been the change of the year. So we're in a brand new year of the zodiac, right? So we're in the new year for the Jewish calendar. We're in a new year for the zodiac. And so we have, we're all starting fresh. So isn't it amazing now we get, so many different new years in the year, right? We have January, we have, if your fiscal year ends on June 30th, you get on July 1st, and then we've got into September when we get the astrological new year. And it's just a wonderful thing that we have so many opportunities to start again. And honestly, you can start again at any time, but I love the fact that we have these different markers through the year. So anyway, I've been seeing all these butterflies, and because they're so about change, I wanted to just read this to you about the butterflies, the spirit animal. So the butterfly is primarily associated with symbolism of change and transformation, powerful transformation, metamorphosis in your life, maybe in your personality, moving through your life, moving through different cycles, renewal, rebirth, the lightness of being, the playfulness, the elevation from earthly matters. I thought that was really important, because when you are transforming yourself, you will learn how what things are really important to you. Tuning into the more emotional, the more spiritual, the world of the soul, the world of the psyche. And the meaning of the butterfly, another meaning of the butterfly, is about finding joy and the lightness in life and in the lightness of being. And I love that last line so much, finding joy in life and in the lightness of being. So for those of you who don't know, my husband had a heart attack on August 8th. And it was a horrible experience, but we continue to talk about how many blessings have come from it. There's been some new adjustments and changes and things like that, but there's been some not blessings that have come from it, but there have been blessings that have come from it. And if you followed me for any length of time, you have heard me say for years how there is a blessing in all things if we're willing to look. And that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It doesn't mean that everything is going to be sunshine and lollipops, but it does mean that there is a blessing in all the things if we're willing to look. So it was something my husband and I, we knew from the beginning, and from the minute that this happened, we, immediately, even though it was hard to see the blessings while we were in it, Happy New Year. Even though it was hard to see the blessings while we were in it, and we're still in it, but it was something that we tuned into right away to say, okay, we know that there are blessings in this. We know that there will be something to come from this that is important and that will bless us, bless our lives, bless our family, bless something, bless others. And immediately when my husband did start to go back to work, all the guys that he works with are about his age, and they all were like, wait, what happened? I gotta go get checked out. And so what if he saved somebody's life? What if one of these guys goes to the doctor and finds out that they need, this or that, and their life is saved, or their experience is saved because they don't have to go through this drama that we went through. So you just never know. And you may not know for years. You may not know. Sometimes it can take a lifetime to find the blessing. So I just, I really want to, as we embark on this, and we've already embarked, because it's Monday already, but as we're embarking on this new astrological year, this new astrological cycle, I want to really encourage you to look for the blessings and to maybe take a few minutes to look back and see, well, okay, we've come to the end of this year, because we do this in December, right? We look at the year and we say, oh, well, what's good, what was not good, what can we change, what do we do better? What do I want to shift for the new year going forward? And I just think it's important to, I know we're coming into, December's not that far away, but that doesn't mean we can't do it now. It doesn't mean we can't do it now. And you'll hear me as we get into October and November telling you to, reminding you to start thinking about these things. And so there's nothing that says we can't do it now, especially with the equinox is coming. So It's important that we are finding that equilibrium within ourselves. We come into that equinox, all these things are times of shift. They're times of allowing for shift, times of allowing evolution, of evolvement, growth. And, I love this part with the butterfly, that it reminds us to look on the light side, because it's very easy for us to get like this, right? It's so easy for us to stay in the heavy. We stay in the heavy. You stay in the heavy of the news. You stay in the heavy of health matters. You may stay in the heavy of things going on in your community or in your job or your life. Like, it's very easy to get mired in the heavy. And the butterfly comes through to remind us that we have a choice to look into the light, to look for the light, to look for the blessing, to look for the next beautiful flower. I watched the butterflies in my garden. We had planted some wildflowers that have just grown about 5 feet high with these giant hot pink puffs on them. They look like giant zinnias, if you've ever seen a zinnia. It's like this kind of puff of a flower, and they're enormous. They're, so tall, and the puffs are about as big as my hand, and they're hot pink, and they are absolutely stunning. You pull in my driveway, and it's the thing that you can see in the back is the garden, and it's just, there must be 100 of them there, and it is absolutely incredible, because I watch the butterflies, and they go from one to, and the bees, and they remind us that they're not looking behind them. They're not stuck. They're not mired in the stuff. The bees and the butterflies are looking for the next flower. They're looking for the next jump. They're looking for the next wonderful thing that is in front of them. These gorgeous pink flowers, hot pink flowers. And they're looking for the next one. They're like, oh, where am I going to go next? Not like, oh my God, where am I going to go next? They're literally like flip, 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 flip. And sometimes it's even hard to watch them because they can move so quickly. But they're not stuck in the woe is me. And so it's easy for us to get stuck in the heaviness of daily life. It becomes a choice, and it's going to be even more, something for us to be even more cognizant of as we go forward, because, we have the equinox, and so that's going to be the longest of the day, and then we're going to have the days are going to start to get shorter, and it's going to get dark, at least in the northern hemisphere here. Hello from Scotland. At least from the northern hemisphere, the days are going to start to get shorter. And so it's going to be really important that we're looking for the light, that we're looking for the lightness, because it's going to be easy to settle into, that winter when it's dark. So just some things to think about. So Tracy from Scotland. So here's how we go. We do some channeled information. We do some general sharing stuff of whatever my guides are wanting us to share and talk about today. So that's where we are right now. Then we'll do a collective card reading for everybody. For those of you who are new, we'll do a collective card reading for everybody, and it's usually 3-4 cards for everybody, just to help you get through the week. Hi, Claudette, welcome back. Aloha, my friend. And then we'll do some individual card readings at the end. So hang in there with me, and we'll get you an individual card reading in a minute. Okay, so it's important for us to remember this lightness. And so I pulled a couple of different decks today for us to look at, and to as we embark on this new astrological new year, and to be able to focus on the lightness. I pulled up the daily guidance from angels. This is an old Doreen Virtue deck, but I still really love it. And so we won't get into any of that stuff today, just knowing that it's a great deck. And this is okay, so this is the heart chakra. This card that I've just pulled is the heart chakra. And so this says, love is the heart of the matter. Your heart is the center within your physical being, attuned to most to love. It's safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart, and we stand by with the perfect protection and guidance. So this is so great, because really we talk so much about self-love, and especially as we are embarking on a new astrological year, we want to really make sure that we are tuned into ourselves, tuned into what we want, where are we going, what are we trying to create or manifest. And so we talk about this with the butterflies going from flower to flower. The butterflies are getting ready for that transformation. They're looking at what they're going to become. And the butterfly isn't going, I wonder if I wonder, maybe I won't do it. Maybe I won't. That's like a lot of work. That cocooning and chrysalis, that's like a lot of work. And the butterfly is not saying like that. The butterfly is, what is my next adventure? And the butterfly is completely trusting in the universe to be able to move it forward along its path. And that's where we are. So if we are operating from that place of love, knowing that we are worthy of love and that we have love to give out, and that we are trusting the fact that the universe loves us and has our back. The universe always has our back. That may not be comfortable or easy in the things that maybe the universe is trying to move us towards. But knowing that it's happening for us and not to us, that the universe always has our back, the universe loves us as it guides us forward. We are worthy of love because we are of divine light of the universe. Therefore, we are part of the universe. We are worthy of love. We are made of love. We come from love. We are loved from the universe as the universe is supporting us and not shoving us forward, but think of it like a hand on the lower back. Or maybe a hand between the shoulder blades. The universe is supporting us and guiding us and moving us forward, and knowing that we are worthy of that love, we are being guided by love, supported by love, and that we, from all of that, have this love to give to others. And we want to be selective, and we're not just giving, spewing love all over the place. But why not? Why not? But you want to be selective in how you're giving your heart away. Give your heart away to those who deserve it. But knowing that we are filled with, made of, come from, and guided by, and are loved, all of the loves, and that we have love things to give, and that is worth it. Even when negative things happen. So, I talk a lot about the rising anti-Semitism, and not trying to be political or anything like that, but here in Florida, we've had a lot of problems with anti-Semitism. It's, we have more hate groups in this state than in any other state in the country. How's that for a statistic? And back in June, some people came into town and they started hanging hate banners across the highways. Now that's illegal for a lot of different reasons, and it's taken a while, but they finally are arresting some people. They've arrested 2 people, and they showed in the news article I read the face of the second gentleman that was arrested today. Am I in? Oh, thank you. He's doing really well. Thank you. My inclination was to be, to look at that face and say, what a hateful man. But when I looked at the picture that they published in the newspaper, that's not what I saw. I saw just a man, just a person. And to be able to say, I send this person love, even though they're misguided and they are leading with hate, I send this person love. And I hope that they can learn something new and different and maybe become a light to others in a positive way. Because I don't think, as much as, if you look at my personal Facebook page, and I've said this before, it's very much a yin and yang. It's very much a and love, because it's hard. It's a hard thing to be, to direct love to places, especially when we see hypocrisy and injustice and frustration and all those things. It's hard not to speak out and to say, this makes me angry, but at the same time, anger is not the thing that spurs us forward. It may spur us into action, but it's not what's going to move our society forward. And so, I can get that out of my system and say, okay, how can I meet this situation with love? How can I, step forward into, that's right, children aren't born like that. Children aren't born racist. Children aren't born hateful. Children aren't born angry. They're taught these things. And, children are born with equity. That like you and I are going to, like, they may not want to share their toys, but they understand that we're both in this, like, we're all in the same boat. And so these things are taught. And so we can come to those with love and aim. I don't need to come to that person. I don't need to, go up to the jail and talk to them and be like, let me send some love your way. But we can aim love cosmically and energetically. We can aim love in their direction and in the direction of those around them. And hopefully that they will maybe meet somebody who is of the group that they are protesting against, and realize that not everybody is that way and not everything is so black and white. There was something I saw, there's a meme that I think I had shared on my personal page a while ago. I just absolutely love this. It's a picture we have dogs and cats, and I love dogs and cats and all the animals and the things. And so there was a picture of all these Labrador dogs, and there was a white one and a yellow one and a golden one and a brown one and a chocolate one and a black one, and they're all, in the row from lightest to darkest, and they're all looking at the camera, and they're like, we're all dogs, period, end of story. And I was like, oh, and I just think that's the truth of it. We're all just humans here we're all souls here having a human experience. And the more that we can keep our heart open to love, knowing that we are guided by love, supported by love, the universe always has our back, that we are being lifted and guided and moved from love. We are made of love, and that we have love to bring into the universe. If we are operating in that mindset that we are here to bring love, that it really shifts how we walk through the world. It really shifts how we walk through the universe. So just some things for you to think about today, and that was really what came to me, was coming through me regarding the butterflies and things like that. The butterflies are always about love. Like, they may not love us, they love the flowers. I don't think they even notice us. But the butterflies are like, oh, I'm going to go see this next flower. And the butterflies just understand that they are here having their experience, and they're not like second guessing themselves. They're not being like, oh, I don't want to go on that chrysalis, maybe I won't come out pretty. They're not like second guessing any of that stuff. The butterflies understand that they're here having this experience. And so for us to be able to tap into that and be like, I'm here for a purpose. I'm here to have this experience. I'm here to give love to the universe. I'm here to receive love from the universe. I'm here to connect through love with others, with all of you. What a difference that makes to the way we go through the world. All right, we're going to pick a couple cards. So this card comes in. Oh, love it. Awakening. Awakening. This card is Awakening. And this is one of my favorite decks. This is Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light Oracle deck. And this comes in Awakening. And this is just really important because it came in upside down, which is reminds us not to be fearful, not to fear the awakening. It reminds us not to resist the awakening, because things are happening, and it's our job to allow and to accept and to I'm not saying being a guinea pig or a doormat. I'm saying that we know that things are shifting, and that if you understand that the things in the universe are working for your benefit, then it's easier to accept as you're moving things forward. It doesn't mean it's always going to be comfortable, but it is always going to be for your highest and best good. So the next card that comes in is Leap, which I love. That take that chance. This is the beginning of the year. It's the beginning of the year. It's the beginning of the astrological year. It's the beginning of the new year for not just Judaism, for a lot of faiths. This is this time to take this chance to say, okay, I am ready. I am ready to take that chance. I am ready to step out on faith. I am ready to start shifting things and to allow things to more develop into my life. I'm ready to experience new things. I'm ready to share new things. So this is whatever that has been in your heart. This is really so much about taking that leap of faith, because you're guided and reminded that you are being supported. That thing that you're wanting to leap into wouldn't be in your heart if they didn't already know and have your back about it. So they're already with you going, okay, we hear you, we see you, we want to help you bring this into fruition. All you got to do is take that step. There is a scene in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade where it's the end of the movie, and he has gone through the challenges in the temple, and he has to take this leap of faith, and it's a step. He basically has to step off of a cliff, and he cannot see that there is actually a perfectly camouflaged rock bridge for him to get across. He can't see it. It is literally a leap of faith that he's like, okay, I'm going to take this step. I'm going to either fall hundreds of feet to my death, or there's going to be something solid for me to stand on. I mean, what an amazing leap of faith. And and it's a gorgeous camera. Like, if you like movies, it's gorgeous because he puts his foot out and he steps forward and you clunk. And then the camera turns and you see this whole stone bridge was there, and it turns back to where he is, and you see it disappear again. I mean, it is so perfectly created in the movie that you literally cannot see it. You have to just trust it. And this is what leap of faith is, because he's like, well, I have no other, there's no further I can go, and I can't go back, And so I can't change back to who I was. I have come this far. I'm either going to go forward, or I guess I live here now. And so we take that leap of faith, and we just hope and know in our hearts that the universe has our back. And if we take that leap of faith, I am not saying step off of a building. Let me clarify that. I am, please do not put yourself in harm's way. We are not Indiana Jones in a movie. However, there are times where we have this thing we want to do. So I am in the process of becoming a certified hypnotherapist. I am not there yet because I've taken the class, but I have not gotten certified because I still have to do all the finishing work that comes on the backside. Oh, Venus Rising, you're a spammer, and we're going to ban you. Say bye. See you, bye. We don't do spammers. So if you're a spammer, just go now. We have like zero tolerance for spammers. So I have taken this leap of faith, and even while I was there in the class, I will tell you, I had the thought in my brain that was like, am I supposed to be here? Like, am I like in the right place? And all these signs would come in and be like, oh yeah, you're in the right place. Like, I mean, literally, I had these, like, those moments, because I'm a human. As much as I do this work and I'm with you all, and I'm teaching and trying to share, I still have this, that same, all the same doubts and things that anybody else has. And to be able to be like, am I here? Like, am I supposed to be here? And then all the signs of the universe would be like, yes, you're supposed to be here. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I have taken the leap of faith and continued to go forward on it, because I know that there's going to be people who took the class that won't finish the coursework. There was about 25 of us in the class, and maybe another 10 or 12 online. And I know that there's going to be people who don't finish the coursework, and there is a time limit. You have, I have 4 weeks to do it. And so I got to get it done. But I know that there's going to be people who won't do it. And so, we take that leap of faith, but, trusting that the universe is going to help me, trusting that this is the right thing. And the signs were there all the way along. There may be other people who are like, yeah, this really wasn't for me. But all the people that I was working with seemed like they were all on board, and it was really great and really amazing people to meet. But we take this leap of faith and we trust that Spirit is going to be there to catch us, that even if we can't see that bridge until we turn to the side, we trust that Spirit is going to be there to catch us, and that Spirit is going to be there to lead us and guide us, because Spirit always is. Always is. I want to tell you, on my flight back, I was literally in boarding group 9, because I just needed to get back. I just grabbed whatever, flight. Didn't matter. I literally was in boarding group 9 on a flight to Orlando, which is never an empty flight. Or flights to Orlando are always full. And, they're like, oh, you're not going to have room in the overheads, And I get on the plane, all the overhead things are open, there's plenty of space, everybody's nice, it was all fine. I was like, how does that happen in boarding group 9? Because they're with me, and I'm saying to myself, please help me get on the plane in a timely manner. Please make sure that there is a boarding, that there's an overhead space for my bag, that's not, that's near my seat. Not even a problem. I mean, not even a problem, because I ask them and I expect them to help, and they do. And then I thank them for always having my back, because they do. So, okay, so the leap card, I know this was a long time on the leap card, but it's really important, because, you're seeing this with the first card being transformation or awakening. I mean, of course the next card is going to be leap, right? If you're awakening, then you're awakening for a purpose. If we're raising our vibration and we're moving ourselves forward, it's for a reason. Don't sit on your reason. Don't sit on what you came here to do, what your soul, your heart, your mind, and your guides are trying to get you to do. You've got to get in the game. It is time to leap. So, okay. Enough about that. All right. If you are a spammer, just know that as soon as you post a comment, I will ban you. Ban you from the page, ban you from everything. You will not be back. Just saying, if you're a spammer, leave now. Okay. Thanks, Miss Lynn. All right. Birthing a new age. Birthing a new age. This is not a spammer. Birthing a new age. This is not just about birthing a new age for humanity. Although humanity is raising a vibration, humanity is coming into a new development, a new age. We are seeing this new transformation. It is slow and agonizingly slow. And we're looking at all the negative things, we're looking at the positive things. And the negative things, I've always said this, the negative things are louder, but the positive things are stronger. Positive things are stronger. So while it may feel like we are not seeing the progress. Oh, thank you. It may feel like we're not seeing the progress that we want, or that it's very, very slow. Remember, the negative forces are loud, but they are not more, they are not greater, they are not stronger. They're just louder. Okay, so here we have the birthing of a new age. So here's the question. Leap, are you going to be part of it, or are you going to sit on the sidelines and watch it happen? I want to be part of it. I want you to be part of it. I think we should all be part of it. So birthing a new age, this is what's going on around us, that we are in the midst of a new age that is literally being birthed right now. And it is our job to get in the game. It is our job to pay it forward. It is our job to keep our vibration high so that we are going with them. We are with those that are in the light, that are raising the vibration. We are with those that are changing the face of our planet, that they are birthing the new age. There are the standard bearers carrying the flags. We don't have to be the flag bearer, but you got to get going. You got to be part of it. Because what happens when we're not, if you're knowing enough about yourself to know that you are here watching this right now, then you know that you're part of it. And what happens when we turn our back away from that, we say, no, this is like more than I signed up for. That's okay. In the Jewish tradition, in Pirkei Avot, there is a saying that says, "You are not required to complete the task, but nor are you allowed to ignore it." And this is something I have really lived my life by, because so many times the thing seems so big that we cannot carry it alone. And so I want to be very clear: we're not expected to carry this alone. But we are not expected or permitted to sit on the sidelines going, "Oh, that's interesting." We are needing, our energy is needed. Our love energy, our connecting to each other, our putting our passion projects out into the world, whether it's little or big, whatever it is, putting that out into the world is needed, because that is what's necessary to help birth the new age. We don't have to necessarily be the ones that do the big bang, but we need to be the ones that come along. You know, if you are making microwave popcorn, and just bear with me, if you are making microwave popcorn and you put it in the microwave, some of those kernels are going to pop fully. They're going to totally turn inside out and be these big, gorgeous white flowers of popcorn. Some of them are going to pop just a little. But you're going to look at those and go, "Well, I'm not eating that one. It's just only popped just a little." Of course not. We are going to eat all the yummy, delicious popcorn, whether it popped really big or it popped small. Because, now don't eat the kernels, don't crack your teeth. But we're going to enjoy all of it because it's all part of it. Okay, we don't look at the tiny popcorns, that only popped a little and say, "Oh, inadequate, not eating it." No, we say, "Oh, popcorn." Okay, we are, whether you're the big popcorn or the little popcorn, it doesn't matter. You're still an important part of the snack. You're an important part of the game. You're an important part of creating that satisfaction in the person who ate the popcorn. I love all the popcorn. Can you tell I love popcorn? When we take all those small kernels out, those ones that popped only a little bit, now our snack is less. Our satisfaction level is less. The experience is less because we are not satisfied. We have not had the full experience. When you eat something, there hopefully are many flavors, maybe sweet and savory and peppery and maybe textures. We don't just eat one thing like vanilla yogurt. That's it. There's vanilla yogurt. I don't not like vanilla yogurt. I do. But isn't it nice when you put stuff in it like granola or fruit? So it's more interesting and it has more texture and it has more to it. We are the more to it. We are the more to it. So whether you want to throw your heart over the line and jump out in front of everyone you know and say, "I'm doing this," that's great. And if you are not ready to do that and you're like going to tell a couple of people and go, "Hey, I'm going to do this," that's okay too. What we're talking about is living from your heart and allowing what has been percolating in your heart as your purpose and as the thing you're trying to birth out of you to be birthed. Because what happens when we don't is we are small. And we live in that discomfort that we didn't do the thing we were supposed to do, that we came here to do, that we were called to do, that humanity is wanting and needing us to do. We've swallowed it. We've swallowed it. And this is part of how we make illness in the body, but it's also that we are not fulfilling our destiny and we're not fulfilling our purpose. And there is something so uncomfortable about that. And if you've been in that place, you know that you're not in the right space. Now, maybe you need to change a job or relationship, and I'm not saying that you need to do things like, screw it, I'm out, divorce, new job, whatever, no, and maybe, maybe that's the thing. But for a lot of people, we need to start making incremental steps, because when we're not living into our purpose, we're not living into what we came here to do, it can be very uncomfortable. And so if you are not feeling comfortable and you are not looking into it, Monique has shared intuition, yep. If you're looking into it and it doesn't look right or feel right to you, it's something to look further at and see what it is that you need to address for yourself, what you could address for yourself. I don't like the word need. What is missing, what can be adjusted for you to allow you to live more on purpose and to live more fully into who you are and who you came here to be. All right, some things to think about. Lots of things to think about. All right, thank you all for hanging in there with me for that. Thank you all up there for spewing all that out of my mouth. I was talking with somebody while I was in Virginia Beach about the different kinds of channels, the different kind of channelers. There are a lot of different kind of channelers. There are certain people who, if you've seen Esther Hicks, how she just relaxes her body and Abraham speaks through her and really takes over the whole physical body. There are other channelers who repeat things multiple times. There are other channelers who, like me, I just sort of open my mouth and let them pour out of it what they're going to say. I don't always know what that's going to be. I don't know exactly what tangent they're going to go on or what part they're going to want to stand strong on. But it's a partnership that we trust. I trust them, that they're going to give us the right words. They trust me to allow them to utilize me in that way. So there's different kinds of channels. So that was our channel for today. Tracy, I'm so glad you enjoyed that. Yay. All right, so we're going to grab, so here are the rules. Here are the rules for those of you who are new. Here are the rules. If you are a spammer, leave now, because we'll just ban you. Okay, I'm just going to keep saying that because every once in a while we get some. If you would like a card reading, it is important for you to put in the comments, me please, I would like a card please, however you want to word it, that lets me know in no uncertain terms that you would like me to pull a card for you to help you with your week. If you have a particular question, not yet. If you if you have a particular question that you would like answered, you can share it in the chat, or you can keep it to yourself. And when I get to you, just hold that question, and we'll connect. And I trust that they're going to be able to help pull the right card for you to have the answers that you need. You don't have to share confidential information, anything like that. If there's anything that you would like for the group to, send some good vibes or prayers your way, please don't hesitate to put that in there. But it is really important that if you want a card, that you are saying, me please, I would like a card please, because for me to come into your energy and give a card and do a reading with you without your permission, for me, I can't speak for any other reader, but for me, it is mental trespassing. So I do not psychic trespass. I will only come into your energy if you've asked me to, and I will come in the order that the comments appear to me, which may not be the order that the comments are appearing on your screen. So please don't worry. I try really hard not to skip people, but if I miss you, just put one time. You don't have to put 27 comments, me. Just if I miss you, just put one time. Don't forget me. And we'll make sure that we try and get everybody before we have to go. Okay, so I think that's it. So we're going to start with Ellen, and then we're going to have Miss Lynn and Tracy. And Miss Lynn says, had 3 bad events in the last 3 winters, ready to experience new things. So Ellen, before I even pull a card for you, the first thing I'm going to say to you is let's let go of that. So I totally understand that we have that, expectation, because that's, human nature. But let's say, I was talking to my husband this morning about this. Let's say we have a coin, and we're going to flip the coin over and over and over again. Now the coin has 2 sides, right? So it has the heads and the tails. So the odds are that you're going to get 50% heads, 50% tails. It doesn't matter how many millions of times you flip that coin, it's going to come up heads or tails, because there's only those 2 options. And so just because it comes up heads 12 times in a row doesn't mean that the next time is automatically going to be tails. It could be, but in the end, it's going to balance itself out. Our human brain says, well, if it's been heads 10 times in a row, of course it's going to be tails. Tails is coming. This is why people lose money on gambling, because it's not changing the fact that it's still going to be heads or tails. And the fact that it's been 10 heads doesn't mean that it's automatically going to be tails. You still have, on any given flip of the coin, 50-50 chance it's going to be heads or tails. So while you have experienced 3 awful things that have happened in the 3 awful, in 3 past winters, it's totally understandable from the human side that you would say, oh, I just am expecting something terrible to happen. But I want to say to you to release that right away before I even pull a card for you, because just because it has happened before, 50-50 does not guarantee that it's going to happen again. So we want to release all of that first of all, right? We want to let go of any of that and just be like, that just does not exist. Cancel, 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 right? And I love that you said you're ready to experience new things. So we want to make sure that we are keeping ourselves open to that. And so it's not that we're ready to experience new things, but more that we are expecting to experience something positive. We're expecting to experience something that is a blessing. Okay? We may not, when we say I'm ready to experience something new, that could be I don't even want to say it, broken ankle or car accident or something like, I don't even want to say it. But so we're ready to experience something new. We were wanting to experience something new that's positive. We are ready to experience a blessing. We are ready to experience something wonderful. And so the card that I'm going to pick for Ellen Jane is Starseed. And so if you're looking, Ellen, this is the Starseed, and you can see that she's sitting on the beach, peaceful as could be, looking up at the universe and seeing all of the wonderful possible things that could be coming her way. Okay? Hello, all the new people. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so Ellen Jane, this is all about, and I love that I picked this card for you because it's all about being open to new possibilities and new experiences. But she's sitting calm. Look, she's like just casually leaning on the rock, looking out at the horizon. So she's expecting something wonderful. She's not sitting there like, waiting for something horrible. And so I want you to hold on to this energy so that you are expecting something wonderful is going to come, right? Something wonderful is going to come. Okay, so this is the best piece of advice for you, is just to welcome the wonderful. And so we've been talking about being supported by love and lifted by love, and love, the universe has got our back and leading us forward to places of love, and we're sharing our love. And so for Ellen Jane, I want to just really remind you that to stay focused on that expectation of love, and that is going to change everything. Expectation of love. And so this is the Starseed. They're coming in, and because the Starseeds are the soul group that is the changers. They're the transformation that is happening. The ones who are birthing the new age is being led by the Starseeds. They're coming in here going, yeah, we got to get rid of all this hate and racism and just othering, and like we need something new. And so the Starseeds are the ones making the changes. So maybe you're a change maker, Ellen, but in this moment, we want you to be a change maker for you with that positive experience. So it's not just that we're ready to experience new things. We are ready and willing and expecting to experience something wonderful. Not necessarily something new, because new does not have to be, new doesn't have to be fun. Okay, you are welcome, my friend. You are very welcome. All right, so, Miss Lynn. Okay, I see you, Ellen. All right, Miss Lynn, inner temple, Miss Lynn. This is tune into the portal of your heart. So tune into your heart's desire. So we're definitely seeing a theme today, which, we always see a theme, right? There's always some underlying theme with all of the week when we come together each week. But so, Miss Lynn, this is really about what is it that where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And who are you listening to? Yeah, that's important. Who are you listening to? So it feels like you're listening to other people about what you should do or who you should be or how you should show up in the world. And this is this reminder that you should be listening only to one person, and that's you. Get myself in the nose. That's you. We have a saying in my house, if you don't pay my bills, you don't get no vote. Okay? And so while I don't know your financial situation, it does feel like you're pretty independent about that. And so it's a question of not just paying attention to the temple of your heart, but it's also about who are you listening to. And so I want to really encourage you to tune back into self and to really spend some time, especially as we're still in this new moon energy, really until tomorrow, to what things that you really want to bring into fruition and what things would you like to bring into your life that would be blessings to you and by their very nature would be blessings to those around you. So what do you want? All right, Tracy. Tracy. And Tracy's new. Lots of new people today. Very exciting. Hello, hello, hello. Ah, from Florida. Hello, fellow Floridian. All right, Tracy. So Tracy's card is Pillar of Light. Pillar of Light. It says your vibration is rising. So Tracy, you've been growing. Tracy, you've been growing, and it feels like maybe you are. See, you are the pillar of light, my friend. But it feels like you're not quite sure what direction to go in. That yes, I am the pillar of light. Yes, I am awakening. Yes, I am raising my vibration. But it also feels like you're like, ta-da! I'm raising the vibration. Now what do I do? And so, Tracy, I want to give you the same suggestion that I gave to Miss Lynn, is who are you listening to, and who are you, like, whose heart are you listening to? Are you listening to yours? Or are you listening to someone else's? Is someone telling you what you're supposed to be doing? So Tracy says, yep. So it's really important that, it's awesome that you are waking up. It's awesome that you are raising your vibration. You are leading with love, but it is totally okay to take a minute and go, aha! I am empowered. And then just take a minute and say, okay, what do I want to do with this? Where do I want to, you've got this new fancy ride. Where are you going to take it? How are you going to take it out on the road and carefully show it off and carefully bring it out into the world to help bless other people. Okay. It's important, especially for people who are newly waking up. You want to make sure that you are not, spewing love and light all over everybody, and then they look at you like, okay, what kind of Kool-Aid did you have? Okay. So, it's your journey. It's your journey, first of all. Second of all, we want to make sure that we're not so open that we are welcoming in negative entities and energy suckers and, or narcissists and energy vampires. So definitely keep your boundaries, okay? We want to keep the boundaries. And Tracy, we want to also I really want to encourage you to take some time to sit in your own energy and say, what is it that I want? Or where do I feel called to? So for me, the thing that I say to myself every morning, I sit, I ask my angels, my guides, my loved ones in spirit, the whole team, and I say, what is it that you need me to know to move forward on my path for my highest and best good today? What do you need me to know to move forward on my path for my highest and best good today? And I will tell you, like so many times that I had signed up for a Reiki class and then in the last minute had canceled because something else in the universe was like, no, over here. We need you over here. We need you over here. And eventually I did, take the Reiki class when it was time. But there's so many things when you're waking up, Tracy, that it's easy to be like, and so I just want to encourage you to take some time to sit with you and say, well, what do I want to do? There's no wrong answer. And the thing is that you'll find when you do that, you may find you're at the buffet and there's 100 things you could choose from. Just choose one or two. And then if it's not the right thing, just like me, you'll be directed away. And they'll be like, we'll come back to that later. The buffet does not close. But allow yourself this time to choose what you think you would like to experience, what you feel like you'd like to experience, rather than somebody who's like, oh, you got to go do this. Okay? This is your journey and your experience and your adventure. And then make sure you come back and tell us all about it, because we love to hear all the wonderful things that you all are learning as you are waking up, because you're part of waking up and you're part of shifting the vibration. So yay. I can't wait to hear more about that. All right. So Catherine, I see you. So we do go in order. So the next is going to be Belinda and then Claudette. Tracy says, I just don't know what. Well, I would say to make a list of all the things that you could do. First of all, start with that. To make a list of all the things that you could do. Like when I was first waking up, it was mediumship, psychic work, oracle cards, tarot card. I mean, it was like everything, right? And I was like, well, what do I want to do first? Because there isn't a wrong answer. And what happens is when you go in one direction, like, let's say you want to learn tarot cards, and you're like, I'm signing up for that tarot class. I'm going to learn that. I'm going to start there. And so as soon as you move in that direction, if it's right, the class will be at a convenient time. The people are going to be amazing. The teacher's going to be awesome. It's going to be a price you can afford, a place you want to go. It's all going to fit, right? If it's not the right time, you're going to be like, it's across town. It's like, I don't really want to go in that neighborhood. It's not really the right thing. But, but wait, here's this other thing that is a yoga class, and that fits all the, so it doesn't really matter where you start. It matters about starting. Get in the game. It doesn't necessarily matter what point you start at. Remember the game Trivial Pursuit? It was the circle, right? With all the lines that go in the middle. It didn't matter where you started on the game board. You just had to get started, right? All right, hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps Tracy. All right, so Belinda, card for Belinda. Belinda, it is take a break. Belinda, this says take a break. A life's work is not a season. Get off the treadmill. Belinda, take a break. So you've been working on something, you've been working on a project, you've been working on oh, look, Queen Williams is a spammer, and you are banned. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Sorry, we don't do any spammers. If you're a spammer, leave now, because I will ban you the minute you start making comments. You gots to go. Okay, hi Pamela. All right, so where am I? Belinda. So Belinda, take a break. There's stuff that you're working on, and just remember that the timeline is your own, okay? Remember that when you're working on the things that are passion projects, there is not a, when you're working on a passion project, it's your timeline, okay? It's somebody else's timeline. We may be at work and we have timelines that are connected to work and what we need to get done for a job, and I understand that. But when we are looking at a passion project, something that's for our heart, like we were just talking with Tracy about taking a class or getting enrolled in something, trying something out, those things are in your timeline, okay? So let's not make our spiritual awakening a burden. Let's not make our spiritual awakening like, I gotta, because that is not high vibration. That is not spiritual awakening. That is societal pressure. And so, Belinda, I want to just say to you that where you can in your space, it would be a great idea for you to find some time to sit quietly. It doesn't necessarily mean you need a 2-week vacation. It could just be building in 30 minutes in your day where you can have some you time. Maybe it's a cup of tea, maybe it's meditation, maybe it's watching your favorite TV show uninterrupted. Put in some boundaries so that you have time that's regenerative and rejuvenating for you. I think a lot of times we just get so caught up in all the things that we forget that we not only need boundaries, but that we're allowed to set boundaries, especially for women, that we are allowed to set boundaries, to be like, okay, this is some time for me. This is the thing I'm doing for me. Maybe that class is, the thing that is you time, that's going to fill you back up. So I get it, Belinda, because you do so much for everybody else. It is okay for you to say, I'm going to do this for me. Even if it's just once a week, maybe it's once every other week, it's a thing that you're doing just for you. And if it's something small, like, having your tea uninterrupted. I have a meditation chair in my room, and when my kids were little, they knew that if Mama was sitting in that chair, if that door was closed and they came in and Mama was sitting in that chair, do not start speaking. Back away slowly, because that was a meditation chair. And it is okay for you to do that. It really is. The world will survive. The family will survive. Everyone will be okay if you take 15 minutes for yourself every day to just be. It's okay. You have my permission. All right. If you're a spammer, we will ban you. So please don't spam us. Okay. Okay, so hang on for me, folks, because see, this is what happens with the spammers. I have to delete some of these comments because now I can't see. So the comments that were after Belinda, the spammers come in and they make all these comments, and they do it so fast that it pushes all the comments up that I can't now see where we were. So I know that I am now skipping people, and I do so apologize because I don't remember who was after Belinda, and so I do so apologize. So the next person we're going to do on Facebook is going to be Susan Carey, and I so apologize that I have skipped some people because the comments get pushed up where I can't see them anymore. I do see we've got some people on Instagram too, so we're going to go over to Instagram. so we're going to do Susan's comment. If you just got skipped, please know I'm very sorry, and we will get you back. Okay, Susan. It was Claudette. It was okay, Claudette says it was me. Okay. All right, so we're going to do Claudette, and then we will do Susan. Okay. All right. So Claudette. All right, so I have lost, like, I know people are going to be skipped, and I'm so sorry for that. All right, so we're going to do Claudette. We're going to do Susan. Okay, so Claudette, let's go back down so you can see your name. Okay, and I see Susan. All right, Claudette, so this is break the chain. Claudette, this is the ancestral patterns of healings and rewriting the future. So Claudette, this is, and I feel like you've been doing some of this to really change the pattern. And so this is really a confirmation that you are on the right track, that you've been doing the right stuff, and that it's really important that you are staying the course, because I feel like you've been trying to change that narrative and change that genetic memory and to change that historical perspective. And so, Claudette, I want to keep just to remind you that you're on the right track and that you're doing all the right things. Because I feel like you're leading with the soul, but you're also trying to learn those lessons from the soul, from the past, and to really shift the ancestral patterns, like those things that happen in your family tree over and over again, those things that happen in your own life that go over and over again. Like, we're learning the same things. It's like, where did this come from? It's like, oh, this is how my mom did it, it's how my grandma did it. That we are really saying, like, well, does that still make sense for me to do those things? There's an old wives' tale about the young woman gets married, she goes and lives in her husband's house, she's cooking dinner, she's got the pan, she takes the fish, she cuts off the head and the tail, she puts the fish in the pan, she cooks the dinner. And then he's like, why do you always cut off the head and the tail? She's like, I don't know, that's how my mom did it. So she goes back to talk to her mom. Her mom, takes the fish, cuts off the head and the tail, puts it in the pan, she cooks it. She's, Mama, why do you cook the fish that way? And she said, well, I don't know, that's how Grandma did it. So they go in and ask Grandma, and they say, Grandma, why do you, cut off the head and the tail? Why do you do that? She said, well, that's how big the pan was. So does it still suit you, Claudette? Does what you have been doing is it still working for you? Is it still suiting for you? And if it isn't, it is okay for you to say, I'm not going to do that anymore. And I feel like you've been working through some of that. So this is just this confirmation for you that you are on the right track and that you have been doing that. So, so I'm going to leave with that. Okay, we're going to do Susan. And then we're going to try and scroll up. If you're just joining us, we have had some spammers and some people got missed. So we're just going to work our way through everybody, and we're going to do the best that we can. So Susan has asked for some guidance. And Susan, I want to say to you, this is a card I pull for you, Susan, is the initiation. Okay, the initiation. This is where you're coming into the light, where you're trying to, like, it feels overwhelming, and it feels like, oh, Claudette, that's wonderful. I'm so glad. Susan, it just feels like this waking up, and it feels like you're being pressed and you're being pulled in directions, and that you're not sure what direction to go in. And it feels also like you feel like you're being tested, and there's moments where you're looking up at the sky going, what is going on? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? And so it feels like you're really being pressed into situations, pressed into new understandings. They're trying to get you to see from a different perspective. They're trying to get you to see from outside. It feels like you've been looking at things from a same perspective, and again, a historical perspective. Like, this is how I've been taught to see things, and to be able to see things from a different perspective. They're really trying to show you something else. So, oh, look, a spammer. Hang on, ban from page. You're bye, Edeline, whoever you are. Hi. Okay, so for Susan, this feels like it's that things are happening, and there is this overwhelm of, like, why is this happening? And it's trying to shift you into a new level of understanding. It's trying to get you to see things a little bit differently. And so what I want to say to you is, even though it feels really frustrating right now, allow it to play itself out, because I do feel like there's a good end in it for you. But it's a lot of allowing things to develop, because you know, when we look at a situation from the first, you know, when we first look at a situation, you know, we make those knee-jerk reactions of this is how it needs to be handled. And then if we wait a little bit, the situation may change a bit and we can look at it and go, oh, I didn't see that before. So I want to counsel patience with you for this initiation and just trust that this process, because the thing is that with this is you have this darkness that you're in right now, but the light is right in front of you as long as you are keeping the faith and knowing that it's working for your benefit, and you keep going, right? The trick is to keep going, to keep saying, okay, I don't know how this is coming together. I don't know how this is supposed to work for my benefit, but I know some way it is working for my benefit. If you guys could get it together to show me right now, that would be awesome. And just allow, and asking for help is another big key. When you ask somebody, say, could you please help me? I am open, I am waiting, I'm willing, I'm hearing, I'm listening, I'm receiving, please come and help me. That changes energy so fast. And so, Susan, I feel like you're not doing anything wrong. I want to be very clear. I feel like you're, and it's not that you're on the right track, but you're on the track you're supposed to be on. But this feels new and scary and confusing and overwhelming. And so I want to just counsel patience and peace, that you are coming through it in the right way, and that it is, the water is going to calm. Just give it, I want to say, give it another like 3 weeks to a month, and just the water is going to calm. And I know that's not easy, because I just went through 4 weeks of shit with my husband, and just, I understand that that's, but just allow, okay? Because you're on the right track, my friend. You are going in the right direction, even though it doesn't feel like it. Okay, lots of new people. I know we have people who got skipped, and I do apologize for that. So, Susan, I truly hope that helps you. Hello, Pamela. Susan, we did a card. Okay, Christine would like a card. Okay, Christine. And then we have Michelle. Okay. You're welcome, Susan. Please keep us posted, and just know that you've got a community of light here, you know, supporting you, and, you know, you can message me anytime. Okay, so Christine, where did Christine go? Christine. All right, so Christine, this is Star Mother. So Christine, this is how can you mother yourself? So this is about self-care, Christine. This is about being kinder to yourself, being maybe a little less judgmental. And I'm not saying you're being judgy of others, but I do feel like you're maybe being hard on yourself. So it's important that you are being patient with yourself, Christine, and just know that you are a child of that divine guidance, and you're being cared for by the Divine Mother, and it is okay for you to mother yourself. It is okay for you, like Claudette, to set aside some time to be like, hey, I am just wanting to have some space for me. I need to take care of myself. Things sometimes can get really high vibration, and it's important that we are taking time for that self-care, okay? So keep, just keep knowing that your priority, your self-care is not selfish. I want to say that your self-care and taking time for yourself is not selfish. It is self-care, it is self-preservation, it is filling your own cup up first. You've got to, you know what they say, put your oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on other people. Okay, so this is a reminder for you for that, for sure, Christine. Hello, all the people. Yes, we're going to try and get to everybody for cards, okay? All right. Welcome, first-time people. Lots of new people. It's so exciting. Okay, Christine, let's see where we are. Michelle. All right, so we've got Michelle, and then we're going to have Andrea. All right, we're trying to get caught up on all the people. We're going to have Michelle and Andrea. And I didn't forget Instagram. I'm trying to get through the folks on Facebook. So if you've asked me for a card, do me a favor, just hold the comments, because what happens is that I can only see so much of the comments, and sometimes the comments get pushed out, and then I can't see who I was working with. So, so I do see all of you. So we're going to do Michelle. So for Michelle, this is mirror. Who or what is triggering you? So for Michelle, in moving into new positions, because I do feel like you are on an evolution and that you are moving yourself forward. So it's really important that you are keeping yourself I want to say keeping yourself protected, Michelle, but at the same time, it feels like that you're being triggered in some things, and that this is, instead of getting mad, get inside. So for Michelle, when you are feeling like somebody is like, oh, that person drives me crazy, like what is it that they are triggering in you that is having you to be like, where is that in me? How does that, what is that reflecting? What is Spirit trying to show me with that? Okay, so it's really important that we're taking that moment to say, okay, that person really rubs me the wrong way. And so it's our gut instinct, like our inclination is to be like, let me move away from that. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with like putting yourself into a safe space. At the same time, to be able to say, what was it about that? Retrospection is really important. What was it about that that allowed me, that caused me to feel that way? What was it about that that was causing me to feel so triggered by that person or that situation? Because this is where we learn. And is that, and here this is what comes where we were talking about this before, is that something that is still relevant and still valid? Are you still using the too small frying pan? Is that something that's triggering you because you're just, it's a custom, like, oh, I don't like that and this is how I react? Or is it something like, oh, I've been triggered, why am I triggered? What do I need to learn from this? And is this something that I still want to hold on to? We make these rules for ourselves in our young formative years. Like for me, for years, I wouldn't go near avocados because we had a tree in our backyard, and it was, you know, always filled with the possums, and they made a mess, and they were like scary to me. And so I never liked avocados. But as an adult, I was like, well, wait a minute, I love avocados. So I was living my life by a rule that my 5-year-old self had made. And we do that. We make these rules for ourselves at 5 years old. And at some point, we want to take time to go back to say, you know, oh, are these rules still applying to me? Do I still want to live by that rule? And so this feels like what it's talking to you about with the mirror, Michelle, that it's really important for you to take the time to not just to look at the situation and what is triggering you, but is that still relevant to who you are today? So, okay. So we're going to do, I see you all. Hello, new people. Welcome. I see you all. All right, we're going to jump over to Instagram. We have some people that have been waiting patiently on Instagram. We're going to jump over there for a minute. And then we're going to come back, and I don't know if I can get to everybody, but we're going to do our very best, okay? So, Ellie, Happy New Year, my friend. This also comes up with Starseed for you, Ellie, of new beginnings, new adventures, and being able to just to look forward with anticipation and high expectation, high vibration expectation of growth and expansion. And so it just really feels like that there's some growth and expansion that's coming your way, and that it is about keeping that positive expectation, which I know that you do, but I really feel like what would be, you know, what is coming your way? Ellie, is there a book? Are you reading a book? There's something that's an expansion for you that expands your territory, expands your reach, expands your ability to help people. Like is there a book for you? So I would love for you to, I would love to hear more about that, because it feels like that there's a something that's there, that there's definitely this expansion that's coming. So Gina, hi, welcome Gina. Oh my goodness, I broke my ankle, so I was in the hospital for a month. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry that you were injured. Oh my heavens. All right, hang in there on Facebook. We'll be back in 1 second. We just got to take care of some of the Instagram people that have been waiting. So, oh my heavens, I'm so sorry that you were in the hospital for such a long time. Gina, this is the card that says, don't dim to fit in. So you be your truest self. You be your best self. You just be you. And you don't have to apologize to anybody for being injured or taking care of you. Self-care seems like it's a big theme today, everybody. So you be your best self, Gina, and don't worry about what anybody else thinks or what anybody else says. So I'm so sorry that you broke your ankle. I'm so sorry that you had to be in the hospital for such a long time. That's awful. I'm sending you so much love and light. And as you are going forward and re-emerging and coming back into the world, you just make sure that you are being you, okay? You don't have to be anybody else but you. All right, so let's, oh my heavens, so many people today. This is so exciting. Welcome all the people. Welcome. All right, Andrea, and then Bonnie, and I think Christine we did, so Andrea will do, and then Bonnie. So Andrea, we have soul family. So Andrea, this is about knowing who your true friends are and making sure that you are trusting the right people. It's also about allowing people to get close to you, Andrea. It's about allowing people into your soul circle, allowing people into your inner circle. And that can be hard. It can be really scary when we want to, do we trust that person with our truth? Will they honor that, or will they, judge us and leave? And so this is not, because I feel like there's been some of that for you where you're like, oh, I thought I could trust that person and maybe not. And so, Andrea, this is reminding you to trust your friends, but that it's okay for you to allow new people into the circle. And so that's up to you, how many people. But it feels like that there's some folks that have maybe earned that would be worth the risk. And so this is just about reminding you that your soul circle is how you create it, but don't close the gates, because other people it can be beneficial, and they may come into, how they say people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, right? So even in the soul circle, they may only come in for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, but it's always important to allow those new people to come in. Yes, we see you, Samantha. We see you. Okay. So Andrea says this was the perfect card for you. Of course. All right. So we do take the comments. We do the readings in the order that the comments that I see them. Okay. Not necessarily the order. Not necessarily the order that you see them, but in the order that I see the comments. So please do bear with me. Catherine had posted, we did miss some comments because we did have some spammers. And what happens is too many comments push the comments up out of the window that I can see them. And that's where people get missed. So if you have asked me for a card, please just know that it's there, and if as I'm going along, if I haven't gotten to you, then maybe put in one more comment, but you don't have to put in a whole bunch of comments, because then that pushes the other folks up out of the way. So hello, Ruby Brock. Hello. Remember, if you would like a card, you must say those words, may I have a card please, so that I know that I'm not energetically trespassing. Catherine, I think we did get to you, but please, if we didn't, please do put a comment back in at the bottom. All right, we're going to do Ruby and Shawana and Samantha. All right, so you are welcome, Andrea. Okay, so we're going to do Ruby and Shawana and Samantha Kelly. All right, Ruby, welcome, new people. Okay, Ruby. So for Ruby, we also have the same card. Don't dim to fit in. Don't dim to fit in. So Ruby, this is for you. Just a simple reminder that you don't have to be somebody else. You don't have to be something you're not. You don't have to be what other people expect you to be. You have, you want to be what makes your soul happy. So it's important that we're not putting on, and I love this picture, this image in this card. It's all the coats, right? She's putting on all these coats. She's putting on someone else's coat. So it's important that you are putting on your own coat, Ruby. So just know that you are wonderful, marvelous, fantastic, and lovely, just exactly how you are, and that you don't have to be something else to fit in with anybody else. And so this is this reminder to stand in your truth, because your truth is wonderful, okay? All right, so we're going to go to Shawana. Shawana. All right, Shawana, your card is the Council of Light. So this is the divine orchestration and your helpers that are in the subtle realms. Now, Shawana, this card comes in upside down, so it's telling me that you are not listening to spirit as much as you could be, okay? So it's really, I'm going to turn it, raise it up so we can see it. But Shawana, they're trying to talk to you, and it's important that you are paying attention. So it's, sometimes we don't want to hear what they have to say. Oh, that's okay, Catherine. We can still, we'll come back around, I promise. Okay, so Shawana, this is really important that you are, oh my heavens, we are just going through the comments today. So Shawana, this is really important that you are being true to, that you're being open to allow them to speak with you, and that you are letting them come through to you. They're trying to get your attention. They're just being like, hello, hello, hello. And if we're not listening, then it can get, the noise can get louder, and the intention from spirit can get a little bit more aggressive. So it's important that we're taking the time to listen. So this is just this reminder of letting your Council of Light get close to you and letting them guide you. Trust that they have your best interest at heart. It's hard sometimes, but trust that they have your best interest at heart. Okay, so we have Samantha. Samantha. And then we'll go back and we'll get Catherine because I feel bad that she got skipped because of spammers. So Samantha, we have deep replenishment. So this is again rest and retreat and allowing yourself that self-care. So Samantha, this is really about that self-care and allowing yourself to rest, allowing yourself to have the time for your own rejuvenation. It feels like there's some nature around you, like walking in the woods or like hiking maybe, that is so it feels like it's calling to me about it, Samantha. But just allow yourself to take some time to fill your own cup up. And we're seeing this message come through over and over again today. So really, let's maybe all take that to heart, that we need to have that time, like to that self-care is not selfish. It is just not selfish. It is really, really important. Okay, so I see Melissa Pearson, and we're going to do Catherine Johnston. Okay, Melissa Pearson. Okay, Melissa Pearson, the ever unfolding rose. So this is, it's happening for you, it's not happening to you. So this is just that reminder that all the stuff that may be sitting on you right now is happening for your benefit, that we're moving through it, that it is helping us to evolve, it's helping to bring new things, that, you know, all things are working together for good. That doesn't mean it's going to be all sunshine and lollipops. It can be hard, but all things are working together for good, for your highest benefit. Things are happening for you even when they're hard. Okay, it's not always comfortable to have change, but it's always for our benefit. It really is always for our benefit. Even like my husband's heart attack, we've already been seeing the benefits, you know, to our life about it. So it's really important that we're allowing that, even though it's not comfortable, change is never comfortable. That doesn't mean it's not for our best. If we can allow it, and this was, we were talking to somebody else before about changing the perspective, allowing to zoom out a little bit so we can see a different perspective. Oh, look, Adewale is back. You are banned. Bye-bye. See you, bye. All right. So here's what I see. Okay, and I do apologize because we really have had a barrage of spammers today. I see Georgina, and I see Aline, and I see, okay, Melissa, Samantha, we did, Shawana, we did. I see Sarah, I see Catherine. Okay, so I think Melissa, did we just do Melissa? All right, so I've lost where we are. Okay, so we did Ruby, we did Samantha. Okay, all right, so we did Andrea, I think. Okay, we did Samantha. Okay. And Georgina. All right, so we're going to do Catherine. We're going to do Georgina. Okay, so Catherine, play. This is the card for Catherine. The card says play. So play reminds us to have fun. It reminds us that everything doesn't have to be so serious. It doesn't have to be, you know, and we talked about this before about how we can get caught up into the heaviness of the time, and that it's up to us to be like the butterfly and to see the light and to choose to see that light. And so Catherine, this is a reminder, because it did come in upside down, this is a reminder to, again, self-care, to do some things that are fun for you, to do some things that are filling your cup up, that it's not frivolous, that it is okay for you to do the things that bring joy to you. I mean, you know, bake, read a trashy romance novel, watch a silly movie. I love watching Disney movies. I do. I'm 53 years old and I don't care. I love them. They make me happy. And so that's something that's really important. Oh, look, is that going to be a spammer? Of course it is. And Samson, goodbye, banned from page. Okay, so, all right, so here's the story, folks. We're going to have to just shut it down today because we're getting close. I will do one more card for the collective. I am very sorry. I know that this happens, especially when I'm gone for a little while, that they are all so excited to have access to you. If you were not picked today, I do apologize. Sometimes the spammers are too much that I just can't keep track of the comments, and I do so apologize. If you would like to have a card, please don't hesitate to send me a message, and I will happily do that for you. I will shut the comments off as soon as we're done, because I don't want to have the spammers to have access to you when we are done. I used to leave the comments open for people to watch in the, you know, afterwards, but then they would just spam the crap out of you guys, and I just hate that for you. So I know that that's not why you come here, so I really try to be very vehement about keeping them away from you, because nobody needs all that. So you are welcome, Catherine. And I appreciate so much your patience. I know this was not easy today, and I do apologize for that. Georgina, I did call your name, so we're going to do your card, and then we'll do one card for the collective. If there's somebody else that I missed that is like, wait, you can go ahead and put your put it in the comments. I really do try to get to everybody, but they're just making it so hard to do it today, and some days it's just not worth it to keep fighting. So Georgina, your card is trust your path. Trust your path, and it does come in upside down. So Georgina, it's coming in that it says trust your path, and it's so amazing. It's important that you are, again, we're talking about that self trusting spirit. So it comes in upside down, so it's reminding you that if you're not listening to them, they're going to be like, hello, Georgina, 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 hey, wait a minute, Georgina, and you'll get that cosmic bitch slap. So it's really important that you are allowing yourself to lean into spirit, to trust into spirit, because remember, it's like your relationship with your best friend. The more you lean into them, the more they're going to lean back into you. The more you're going to lean into them, the more you're going to lean back into you. So it's, you know, when you met your best friend, you weren't best friends that immediateness, and maybe in kindergarten, but as an adult, the person who's closest to you is close to you because you've built that relationship of trust over time. And so it's the same thing with spirit. We build that relationship of trust over time. So Georgina, trust that you're going in the right way. They're guiding you. And also, if you make a wrong turn, so what? Because you'll just come back around. I mean, our lives go like this. It's a loop-de-loop. And so you don't make a wrong turn. So stay on your path, stay in your lane. That's really the important part, where people get, they're on their right path, but they want to be in everyone else's lane. Stay in your lane and trust that you're going in the right direction, because you are. You absolutely are, Georgina. All right, Sarah. All right, Sarah and Bianca, because I'm a softie. All right, and then we're going to have to cut it off because it's getting too close to 6 o'clock. So Sarah, we saw this card already today. This is Mirror. And so this is going to be important for you also. So what is it that somebody else is triggering in you that you really need to that you may want to look at and say, well, what is this about me that is triggering me? You don't have to stay into a situation that's not safe or healthy for you, but to be able to look at that situation after you've walked away from something that may feel toxic and say, okay, what is that triggering? What is that bringing up for me? What do I need to learn from that? What is Spirit trying to show me? Okay, because in all things, Spirit is trying to help us. So when you have that person or that situation that is just like, what is that's in you that maybe you need to deal with, or put that down, or stop carrying that, and maybe let go of that judgment or that, we were talking to somebody earlier who had 3 bad winter things. We said, well, stop expecting that. Expect something good. Okay, Garati, you are a spammer, so you're banned. Goodbye. See you, bye. Okay, so, oh, good. Brilliant card, spot on. Yay! Georgina, need to hear that. Hooray, hooray, hooray. All right, so we are going to do Bianca, and then we'll do one card for the collective, and that's got to be it. Okay, so the thing is, it's not that I don't want to stay with you here all day to like make sure we get everybody, because I would, but it starts to pull my focus of them, like to deal with the spammers, instead of being my focus with them and with you, and it just gets exhausting. And so I do apologize for that. So we're going to do Bianca. Bianca, this is also the ever unfolding rose. You heard me say this a few minutes ago about just trusting that things are opening and expanding for you in the right way. It feels like things are that are opening up for you, but allow them. And it feels like there's a lot of joy around you right now that you are, but it also feels like you're afraid to lean into the joy, like you're waiting for that other shoe to drop, Bianca. So just allow and just know that it's okay. Like, it's all okay. Everything is like unfolding exactly as it's supposed to. So don't stress too much about it, because it feels like you've been a little reluctant to lean into that, to be like, can I really trust that to be true? Yes, you absolutely can. So, all right, so we're going to do one card for the collective. Oh, a jumper card, because we always respect the jumper cards. This is Pleiades. This is the double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So, If you are here, it's because you are part of the rising vibration of the world. If you are here, you are part of this community of light. You were called to be here today, and you found us online. Please do like the page. Thank you for those who shared. Please do come back not next Monday. Won't be here next Monday. The following Monday. Jewish holidays are next Monday. So. But if you are here, it's because something in you is raising the vibration, and you want to be part of the collective consciousness that is waking up, and something is waking up in you. So whatever it is that you may be called to do, just know that the buffet is there for you, that you don't have to learn everything all in the first week of waking up. It took me years to learn all the different modalities and things that I know. And it's about enjoying the journey. It's about being part of the group. You see a parade going down the street and you want to jump in and then join it. It doesn't matter that you're not in the front of the parade. It doesn't matter that maybe you're not with the band or you're with the clowns or whatever. Just be part of it. And so there's no wrong way to continue to be part of raising your vibration and raising the vibration of humanity. It's just about getting involved and being part of it and getting on board. And if you're here, then you're already doing that. So then enjoy the ride and allow Spirit to guide you where they feel like, because they've got your highest and best, and they can see way more than we can. So just trust them and just know that they're going to guide you in the right place. They're going to guide you in the right place. All right, know that. Oh, Emily's Tarot, you're banned because you're a spammer. And so no, this is why we will be turning off the comments as soon as we finish the video. And so my apologies for all the spammers today and for that making it hard. I'm sorry I won't be with you next Monday for the Jewish holy days. Just land on a Monday with Yom Kippur, so I will be committed to that. But we'll be back on the following Monday, and I look forward to being with you all. There will not be meditation this week because I'm traveling, but after we get through September, we will be back on track, and I'm looking forward to that. Thank you all so much for your patience with all of this. I know we really got a barrage of spammers today. If you want to send a comment, please don't hesitate to send me a personal message. That's totally fine always, but know that I'm going to be turning off the comments as soon as we finish, just to keep all these folks from bugging at you. And as I leave you today with this new moon energy, still new moon energy for about 12 more hours, just always know how very much you are loved. Mwah. By me, by the universe, by all the angels and guides. You are loved. Have a great week, everybody.